So this happened in the subway in Buenos Aires, stopped working, mechanical problems, and people had to be evacuated on foot. I mean, nothing too serious, but the perfect example as of how preparedness really helps in situations like these. And of course, it could also be key in situations that are a lot worse. But let's watch the short video and comment as we go on. Okay, so they suffered a mechanical problem and they had to, well, basically walk out of there. Now, this can be very scary in terms of what if this starts working all of a sudden? What if someone there in the control decides or forgets that there's people nearby? Man, I mean, this is a very dangerous situation. It doesn't seem like that, but it is. Just walking on the rails of the subway, not safe at all. So we would like to think that, you know, the people, the workers from the subway, and I think that there's some police and rescue personnel there helping people out, but still, it is one of those pretty risky moments, right? So they were there for over an hour, apparently, and that's why people are complaining about it. Now, the little things here. No point in complaining. There's really no point. It's not about not complaining, you know, because sometimes you want to vent, but it's also about controlling stress, not getting agitated. So a couple of people had to be hospitalized because they were hyperventilating. They are nervous. They're scared. So always try to be in control of your emotions. It's not always possible. It's not always easy, but that's what you should be aiming for. Keep it cool. Stay chill. Follow the instructions and get the hell out of it. So the guy says, walk between the two rails. Where does this guy walk? Outside of the two damn rails. He just told you. Keep on walking in a straight line between the two rails. Remember, that's the third rail that usually has the lethal electric charge. You know, I'm no expert in all of this rail thing, but I wouldn't touch anything metal at all. Just, you know, that would be my advice, would be don't touch anything metal, don't lean on anything, don't step on anything. If it's metal, I don't want to touch it, especially in a place like this. But I think it's the third rail, right? The one that has the electricity. Let me know in the comments below if you know a little bit more about this stuff. But follow the instructions. You keep on walking.
¿Qué es lo que pasa, saben?
So you keep on walking. Now, obvious EDC item to have, flashlights. Flashlights are by far the thing that most people should include into their non-existing EDC. If you don't have any EDC at all, start with a flashlight. The flashlight is this thing that's most likely to be essential during an emergency. I mean, we could debate about having a folding knife and using it for self-defense or a number of other things. And yes, that would also be crucial. But in my experience, which at this, you know, it's been already a few years and I'm into this, and it's usually this that gets people out of buildings that lost electricity or after collapsed structures, especially some of the more, some of the worst case stuff where people are trapped in a dark place. I mean, a place like this, if there's no electricity, let's suppose all of this goes down, it is a damn hole in the ground. There is no light whatsoever. If you've ever been to a cave, you know, a little bit going in it, and you did the experiment of you don't see anything. There's nothing. It's just complete, absolute darkness, and it's not fun. And if you don't have a way of illuminating, even if it's just one lumen, even one lumen in a cave would be enough to get you out of there. But if you don't even have that, you're kind of screwed. So always having a flashlight. It could be something as tiny as this that comfortably goes into your pocket. It could be, these days you have a lot of power in these things. Something like this keychain flashlight. This thing has over 500 lumens. So it's super bright in its maximum output mode. And of course has several hours of usable, like 10 lumen modes and so stuff like that, or firefly mode. So you want to have the flashlight. And stuff that I've addressed here in my books, in Street Survival Skills and Surviving the Economic Collapse. Here in Street Survival Skills, I talk about EDC even in terms of your clothes. So things like what you see here, when in the book I talk about having shoes that are maybe offering a little bit more protection. Maybe having light hiking shoes, or even better, having boots that are rated as safety shoes. What are safety shoes? Well, they follow a certain protocol by which they have either a steel toe, so as to protect you from heavy objects falling on your toes, or they have a plate underneath so as to protect from punctures, or anti-slipping or anti-electric discharges. So imagine if you have a shoe that is keeping you safe from an electric discharge. That may make the difference between getting electrocuted and dying or not. No, it's not always the case, but you just never know. And I mean, for many years, my go-to shoes, my daily use shoes were safety boots. I just had a great pair of Ombu, something made locally, but it was just very comfortable and just fantastic shoes. Miss those quite a bit, funny enough. But yeah, if you find like good Caterpillar shoes that you find them to be comfortable to use daily, and these days they make like more sport looking safety shoes, those are always something interesting to look into if you find something that works for you. But anyway, the kind of clothes you have, the kind of shoe you wear. It happened to me a while back that we had a problem on the side of the road in the highway, and I had one of my kids who was very young. I had to pick him up, go on walking on the side of the road, and stepping on broken bottles and glass and crap and tall grass you couldn't even see. And in that case, I think I had those same shoes that I'm talking about. It was a lot better than just having little fucking canvas sneakers that are just not giving you any protection. So kid walking, also having the flashlight so as to not only see but make yourself much more visible to incoming traffic. So all of the things that you hope you never have to deal with, but that's basically life, and that's when EDC comes in and makes a big difference. Any little planning you make, anything you have just to make your situation better and give you better odds, it adds up and stacks up. Also about staying fit, being in good physical shape, not to get too nervous, avoiding problems because of high blood pressure, stress, heart issues, heart problems, whatever it is. It all comes down to your odds being a lot better when accidents, something like this, or maybe sometimes things are a lot worse, end up happening to us. Guys, that's going to be all for now. As always, remember to subscribe to the channel and leave your comments here below. Those are always welcome. And do subscribe to the channel. A lot of people that watch the channel all the time have not subscribed, and it would be appreciated if you take a second and actually click on that thing. See you next time.